Hey everybody, welcome to the Thursday update. I am Martinez-Bateman. I am the CEO of New Coyote Consulting, and as you can see, we are not in my office. We are in my house. It is the middle of the night. I've got laundry in the dryer. I've got dishes in the dishwasher. I just finished my last meal of the day. You all know I'm a night owl. I love to stay up late. I did record a Thursday update earlier, and then I was like, I hate it. So I didn't post it. Pardon me. But my intention for this week was to listen to my emotions, I think respect my emotions, and then have compassion for myself around that. Did I do it? Kinda, mostly. I definitely had some big emotions this week. Like I said on Monday, we are not doing as well in May as we've done in the previous, 6 or 7 months, and that's got me in a mood. You plan for something, you're not going to make as much money on certain months, or that certain choices are going to lead to certain budget things happening, and you know it, and you can be like, don't plan on making a bunch of money this month, and then by the end of the month, at least me, this is how it works for me. By the end of the month, I'm like, ready to tear my hair out, because I can plan for something and it can make sense to me, and then still going through that plan can be difficult, especially when it comes to not hitting targets is the words I want to use. But I explicitly said to myself that this month we were not going to be hitting targets, therefore we do not have targets this month, and yet try to tell that to my brain. I realized during a conversation with my coach this week that I am really, what's the word I'm looking for? I've been trying to figure it out and articulate it, and I tried to articulate it with her, and it just kind of wasn't completing that thought. But for example, she said, well, because you're a generous person. And I was like, oh, that hits me hard. Why would you say something so mean? And it's why do I cringe when people give me genuine positive feedback? And when people give me negative feedback, I am excited, engaged, I'm into it. And, over the years, as I've matured and become a mature professional, I've gotten to realize that not all negative feedback is created equal. Some of that is extremely helpful and very interesting and important to engage with. And some of it is garbage, shitty, unfounded criticism from jerks. So I think my big negative feedback thing is learning how to parse that. But it's true that I just do not manage well with positive feedback. And when I was younger, I thought this was a good trait, okay, yeah, tell me I did a good job. What's that? What am I going to learn from that? That's garbage. That doesn't help me. Not like I said that to anyone, but that was what my internal critic told me, is the positive feedback doesn't help me. And, but it's clear there's something there. There's something bubbling under the surface there that I've decided to be curious about it, but also not try to force it. And then, I'm going to know everything I need to know in due time. That's just how I know my brain works. I trust my brain. I trust my emotional process. It'll come out. So that's one of the things that came up this week while I was respecting my feelings and giving myself compassion. And then I was kind of hoping that the last 2 nights were a return to a pattern. So the last 2 nights, I didn't get very much sleep. I got under 4 hours each night because I was reading all night long. And I sleep around 6 to 7 hours a night now. But 3 to 4 was my sweet spot for years. And I'm talking from childhood, from babyhood. I am not what anyone, I was just not a sleeper. That was what my parents said about me. And, there's a lot of stuff to unpack there, especially when we think about the fact that I am probably eating a regular schedule of meals for the first time in my life from babyhood to adulthood. In childhood, food was scarce for a lot of different reasons. So having just readily available food that I eat throughout the day and in, diverse amounts, like fruits and veggies and all different things, I sleep really well now. And it honestly, it kind of bummed me out when it first started happening, because here I would have all these hours in the night where I would just sit and read, and I read so many books and I read magazines, and I have a bunch of friends in New Zealand, and or I did for a long time, or for a while, in London and stuff like that, because I'm awake. And now, even though I do stay up later, I also sleep in later. So I feel like I'm asleep a lot more than I used to be. But long story short, I was up late reading last night and the night before, and I was like, oh good, maybe I'm like returning to like my old sleep pattern where I can, stay up and read. I really miss having that time, and that's not what was happening. I don't know why I was awake half the night last night and the night before, but it wore me the fuck out. I actually took a 3-hour nap in the middle of the day today, which is one of the good things about being in a slump, is I don't actually have that much to do, and I can just get everything done super fast and or push stuff off. So I slept for 3 fucking solid hours in the afternoon, and I was still exhausted. Like, I am probably gonna go to bed pretty shortly here because I'm still exhausted. So my main emotion today was exhausted, but just listening to my body and being able to take care of it, and being able to sort of like affirm that I deserve rest, and I deserve food, and I deserve a safe place to live, and the ability to be able to get positive feedback and process that, and be a part of the world in a way that helps me, not just other people, because I think that's sort of like what I've been doing a long time, is doing for others, and making sure everyone else is okay, and then sort of just understanding that, like, I don't need that much, which maybe it's true. Habitually I've survived on a lot less sleep and food and money and a lot of other things throughout my life, and also that's not really how it needs to be. That's definitely not how it has to be, and I have the resources to make sure that it's not like that for me anymore. So really embracing that reality that I worked so hard to make come true for me. So that's the big takeaway from this week, is still have work to do, obviously, and ready and willing to do it though. So that feels good. What were your intentions? How did you do on them? Remember to have a weekend. Don't be fucking working. Don't check your fucking email. Those people, unless they're paying you for Saturday, do not work on a Saturday. That's not how that works. All right. See y'all Monday.